living proof. Podcast with LarryC.
Well, welcome back to the Living Proof Podcast. This is episode number 2, and I am your host, LarryC. This podcast is where we bring you raw stories of addiction and real hope for survival.
How you doing, Larry?
Hey, Chuck.
Still here.
All right. Yeah. We'll figure it out. I'll cut and edit that out. We'll be good. Hopefully. All right. Today I'm sitting down with someone who has truly been through the fire and come out the other side, still in one piece. He is living proof that recovery is possible, and he is here today to tell us his story of addiction, recovery, and hope. Chuck, thank you, sir, for taking the time out of your day to speak to me and the others out here who will eventually hear your story. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, Larry. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Hey, thank you for being here. Yeah. So, are you ready to share your journey?
Yeah, and hopefully it'll help some other people out there. And it's tough, you know. I started out rough in Massachusetts, you know. Grew up with parents that were alcoholics and grandparents that were alcoholics and stuff. I remember my mother bringing me into bars when I was younger, seeing her pass out on the sidewalk, not knowing what to do. And then at a young age, I got introduced to the alcohol and happened to like it. And then I got introduced to the marijuana. Thought it was cigarettes at first, you know. Saw my stepbrother roll one. And woohoo, got high. Thought it was great. And I was probably about 8 or 9 years old the first time I smoked a marijuana cigarette. And grew up with very violent parents, getting beatings for nothing, you know.
Yep.
It was rough. So, and I had 3 older brothers, stepbrothers, and they picked on me a lot. I was the youngest of 6 kids, and so I was always getting picked on and stuff. So my way of dealing with it was stealing the booze from mom and watching her pass out on the couch saying, "Oh, get me the toothpaste before my stepfather got home," you know. So he didn't smell the booze on her. And quick, go to your room so you don't get a beating.
Yeah.
And as time went on, I hang out with the kids behind the gas station, smoking the pot, and then it went to the opium. And let's try LSD. Woohoo! All right. Now we're talking. 10 years old, tripping on acid. Things were crazy back then. You know, you're talking back in the early 70s. Eight, and then going into the 80s.
Yeah.
Back then, there was so much freedom for kids, you know. You go out, you stay out till the street lights come on.
Yep.
And we didn't have those cell phones and gadgets and gizmos that all these kids have, so the parents can control us and keep track of us. So, yeah, I started hitting the harder drugs from 10 years old on. I think I was probably 12 years old the first time I tried mushrooms, and then cocaine. And running around with the wrong crowd. So one of my buddies says, "Hey, I'll get you a bunch of stuff if you get me a dirt bike. What I do? I go out and steal a dirt bike, and here I am, 12 years old, get caught, convicted felon at 12 years old. Larry,
I lost you there, bud, at the dirt bike.
you still there?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, we're good.
Yeah, so it's crazy things that I would do for drugs, and I was out of control, living with my mother and stepfather, because my parents got divorced when I was too young to remember. And she was sick and tired of the cops bringing me home, me getting in trouble. Shipped me off to my father up in northern Massachusetts. That's when all hell broke loose. I was closer to the city. That was even better for me. More
Yeah,
drugs.
right.
So I got closer to the city. There was more drugs. I was going to school, drinking a fifth of Jack Daniels a day at school, hiding it right in my inside pocket of my jean jacket, sitting right at the back of the class. Being class clown, didn't care. Getting in trouble with the cops. Started selling drugs just to support my habit. And it was pretty bad. My father would catch drugs on me. We'd wind up getting into it. Fist for fist. At 15 years old. Then at 16, I really got in trouble. Found some money in the back of a gas station in a bank envelope. Figured I'd take it.
Yeah.
Why not? Eventually got caught. So that was the last straw for the school because they got tired of the cops coming for me. They said, hey, quit or get kicked out. So I said, sayonara. My father said, okay, you got to get a job, you got to pay rent. You want to be a man? I'm going to treat you like a man. Went to the courts, got emancipated, started working, still selling drugs, still causing trouble. Decided to raise hell in my girlfriend's Mustang one day. Driving around Haverhill, Massachusetts. Got a bunch of crack cocaine, driving around all high. Ran through a stop sign, boom, crash. Right in my hometown. I was like, what am I going to do? My father's on vacation. He says, you get in trouble one more time, you're out the door. I boogied with the car. When I decided to boogie with the car, I hit another car. So I decided to run. I get chased by the cops. Lose the cops. 2 hours later, they find me on foot because I did the car. I get arrested. 2 towns, 1 day.
Jesus.
So I get released. I go home, pack my stuff, leave a note for my father. Yo, I got in trouble. I'm out. All right, so I headed to the beach and started Swinging drugs, doing drugs, partying all the time. Thought it was the life, you know. Drinking and passing out by 8 o'clock, getting back up at 10 o'clock, and partying until 4 o'clock in the morning. Breaking into soda machines just to get money for who knows what. It was a wild beach life, you know. That's what teenagers did back then, you know. So, anyways, causing a ruckus on the beach. Then I moved to another beach right next door, and got into worse trouble. Started dealing big time drugs. Thought it was real life. Cops started to know me, stopping me right on the strip, calling me by first name. Wasn't no fun. Luckily, I was one of those people that was smart enough that didn't keep it on me. So, wasn't getting caught right away. So I thought. Then one day, sitting in an alleyway, me and about 4 or 5 other guys, we're drinking and smoking some weed, just chilling out. 7 o'clock in the morning, drinking. Who's drinking at 7 o'clock in the morning? Me.
Yeah.
Got the nice big bottle of Jack Daniels, having a blast, smoking my weed. And next thing you know, a couple of cops walk by and we see them and we're like, damn, we ain't got time to hide nothing. Next thing you know, they back up, they hit. Oh, all of a sudden we get the munchies, they say. Because they smell the weed. Nope. They walk down the alley, tell us, nobody move. I had stuff on me that time. Couldn't hide it. So, cuffed and stuffed I get. Go down to the police station. But, luckily, I only had 2 packages of white on me. And 2 or more, usually they get you for sales and distribution back then. They tried saying, so, Mr. So-and-so, how much these go for? How much you getting rid of these for? Oh, no, sir, these are for me. These are for me.
Personal use.
Oh, yeah, personal use. And I mean, even though I was using, but I was swinging too, but didn't want to get caught for sales. Nope. So luckily they couldn't get me for sales because there wasn't enough weight. So I wound up just getting something to go to court back then. Got whacked with a big fine. Then I just brushed it off. And next thing you know, started getting bigger into the dealing and smoking. And all of a sudden, I went to a buddy's house down in Massachusetts. He was smoking out of a light bulb. I was like, what the hell are you smoking out of a light bulb, dude? He says, cocaine. I was like, I sell cocaine. He says, yeah, but you don't sell this kind of cocaine.
Shit.
I was like, I gotta try it.
Yeah, you got to. I mean,
Like, come on in my room. Anyways, it's a light bulb pipe that he made out of a light bulb. Throws a big boulder on there. Tells me to smoke it. I take a couple rips. Didn't take nothing out of it. We go home. The hell's the big deal out of this? Didn't get addicted to it. Didn't think. I was like, I'll stick to my snorting. 2 days later, I go down. He says, what'd you think of that? Ah. He says, all right, try it again. Tried it again. Boom! I'm hooked. Dragon caught me on that one. Next thing you know, they say don't get high on your own supply. Well, I did get high on my own supply, but you know what? It wasn't bothering me until I hit the dragon. Once I hit the dragon, went downhill from there real fast.
Yep.
Real fast. I started driving around the city, and next thing you know, dealers would be saying, hey, can you give me a ride? I'll hook you up. Sure. So I give them a ride to wherever, and they hook me up so I can smoke on the way back. Next thing you know, I got a nice sports car. Hey, can I drive your car? Can I hook you up? Sure.
Shit.
Next thing you know, can I borrow your car?
Oh boy.
Sure. Next thing you know, where's my car?
Boy.
I don't have a car no more.
Shit.
They don't come back with it. So, yeah, I lose the car. I'm sitting there in the woods, smoking my crack, shaking my head. They said they were going to come back. They came back 3 other times and hooked me up, and they said they'd be back. So why ain't they back this time? Hours went by. I don't know what to do. I can't go to the police station all bummed out on crack,
Yeah.
saying, hey, they stole my car because of that. I don't know what to do. So I just stay in the woods till I sober up.
Shit.
And then I go to the police station. And I tell them I left the keys in my car and I was taking a piss, and all of a sudden somebody took my car. But you know what? Cops were smart enough. They knew. Because you sold it for crack. No, I didn't. They're like, well, it got taken for drugs somehow. They weren't stupid.
Right.
But that didn't stop me though. 2 days later, I get another car. Another beater. Doing the same stupid shit. Pardon my French. But yeah. I driving around, and All of a sudden, you got all these people running up to my car, spitting stuff out of their mouth. Hey, what you need? What you need? You get what you need. And I'd be having rolled up money in my hand and, oh, give me 5. Next thing you know, they drop 5 in my hand. I'd only give them like $3. Next thing you know, they're diving in my driver's side window. And my buddy in the passenger seat punched them in the face and they're tumbling down the street as they're falling out my window. So I'm ripping people off left and right. Next thing you know, I drive down the street. Out of nowhere, smash! Big boulder comes right across my windshield. That's what you get for ripping people off. But still didn't stop me. I didn't know when to quit. So in between when I didn't have a car and stuff, the place where I was getting the drugs, I went back to the beach. I was so bad, I would hitchhike down to that place. And I would go sit in the corner of a woods somewhere or abandoned building and just smoke. Just smoke, and drink. And it got to the point of where some of them were turning me away because I got so skinny.
Right.
They're like, dude, you need to quit. Well, slow down.
Yeah, what?
Smoke some reefer. Don't smoke the light.
Yeah, you don't want to hear that.
Nope. And I even had, it's hard, bad to say, but I mean, I didn't take them up on it, but there's crazy things that people will do with
Yep.
drugs.
Yep.
I had straight men making propositions to me so they could smoke some of my stuff.
Right.
And I was like, dude, you crazy?
Yeah, maybe you should try some of the reefer, man. Yeah, you know.
But it's nuts. It's absolutely insane.
Right.
And then I had a buddy of mine try to get me off it. And so I stayed with him. I stopped doing it for about a week. That was about it. And here I was, probably 17, 18 years old. And he goes on vacation. Now he was computer nut. Worked in the city down in Boston. Make buku bucks back then. So what I do? Oh, he left the checkbooks behind. I started writing checks. 400, 500. I thank my lucky stars this guy did not prosecute me. Kicked my ass out on the streets, he did. Didn't prosecute me for it, though. So then, when he kicked me out, I went back down to the main beach. And I met a couple of my friends and stayed with them for a little bit. I met another guy that I thought I could trust. He says, hey, I need you to move some stuff for me. Like, all right. So I started selling even heavier. Next thing you know, my own dealer hooks me up with an undercover cop. A couple months later, my last known address was my father's house. The Massachusetts Drug Force raided my father's house at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I bet he loved that.
Oh, just a wee bit.
Yeah, boy.
So my father knew what I was doing. He knew I was selling drugs, using drugs, drinking. He calls me up at about 3 o'clock in the morning. Says, "Son," I was like, "Oh, what happened?" Figured he was going to tell me somebody died or something. He says, "Obviously, I'm not calling you for good news." I said, "Nope." He says, "Well," he says, "I don't appreciate getting woken up with guns pointed at me and my house being surrounded." I said, "What are you talking about?" He says, "Were you in such and such a town this summer?" I was like, "Yeah, why?" He says, "Well, I know what you do." He says, "I don't like what you do, but I know what you do." He says, "Then the cops are looking for you." He says, "I told them that you're living in New Hampshire." He says, "I didn't tell them what town." He says, "But they're going to find you." So I was grateful for my father for not telling him exactly what town, but I knew I had to turn myself in.
All right.
So I partied again for about a month and said that I could have turned myself in. Luckily, they wound up closing down one of the jails in Massachusetts and moved everybody to another jail, so the jails were overcrowded, overpopulated. Ain't my lucky stars.
Yeah, thank you, God. Jeez.
So I wound up getting a very strict probation, and I actually got it transferred from Massachusetts over to New Hampshire. And
Nice.
my Massachusetts probation officer was not happy at all about them doing that. So I figured, all right, I got it made. So now, mind you, I don't have a driver's license at the time or nothing. I'm still a punk. Think I'm invincible.
Yep.
Go back to the beach and start raising hell again. Dealing marijuana, acid, shrooms, heroin. Didn't matter. Always flushed my system before I had to meet with my PO. And then he said, "Okay, we're going to start meeting every Wednesday." There was no way I could stay clean for every Wednesday.
That puts a little damper on my habits.
So I get arrested for driving after suspension. He lets that slide. I get arrested for simple possession of marijuana with the fine. He lets that slide. Next thing you know, I go in after partying pretty hard. Have to take a urine screen. He knew I was going to piss dirty. He says, "Next week I'm going on vacation."
And so are you. Damn.
Yeah, little did I know. I said, okay, cool. So I took my urine screen, went home. I'm partying in my apartment. Next thing you know, heavy knock on the door. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Who is it? Police. Boom. They come right in.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to have alcohol. I'm not supposed to have nothing. The whole pot. Now, mind you, this is just a little tiny one bedroom apartment. Big cloud of marijuana smoke. About 8 people in the apartment. They come in, slam me against the wall. I got a fridge packed full of beer. Yeah, and I got drugs on me. So I says, thought you were going on vacation. He says, I did. He says, I never said how long my vacation was going to be. He says, now it's time for your vacation.
Yeah. Shit.
And it was funny. They took me to jail in a little Plymouth Sundance. Couldn't believe they had that little tiny car in front of my apartment building. But they didn't want anybody to know. So nobody knew.
Damn.
They took me by surprise, that was for sure. Off to jail I go. So I go to jail. And find drugs in jail pretty quick too. Back then you could smoke cigarettes in jail.
Yep.
Jails were a lot different back in the late 80s.
Yep. Oh yeah.
You had a lot more freedom in jails than you do now. But then again, they were also a lot more tougher back then too. You change the channel on somebody, they're gonna kick your butt.
Yeah.
But drugs were a lot easier to get back down too in jail. Everything was right out in the open. So I'm sitting in jail for a little over 9-10 months. I petitioned for a furlough because my father's going away for a while. And I needed a chance to get my stuff out of my apartment and have somebody else hold on to it. Because a buddy of mine took over my apartment. Jail was stupid enough to give me a furlough when I had a detainer from Massachusetts. But I was smart enough, I didn't run. But I did get high when I went out on my detainer.
Yeah, of course.
My furlough. Had a few beers, smoked weed, snorted a line of H. Didn't care.
Yep.
They come back, they said, oh, you got a piss on a cop. I looked right at it, CO, I said, I'm gonna piss 30. They're like, you're not supposed to do anything when you go out on a furlough. I said, I don't care. I'm in for a while. So they bring me back to my cell block. I sit there for a couple more months. Next thing you know, when I'm up in my cell block, all of a sudden I hear one of the COs say, yell my last name, have me come down to the CO's desk. That's when they found out I had my detainer. They're like, you know, you weren't supposed to go out on your furlough? I was like, yep. And they're like, "You have a detainer from Massachusetts." I was like, "I know that. Well, why didn't you say something?" I said, "Because I needed to move my stuff.
Yeah.
You guys should have known. It's not up to me. It's up to you guys." But I got done what I needed to get done.
Yeah.
And so I sat in that jail for a couple more months. Then one day, I knew it was my time. Everybody went out to the yard. They asked me, "You going out to the yard?" I said, "Nope." They shut my cell door because if you don't go out to the yard, you got to stay in your cell. All of a sudden, I hear my cell door open up. Click. "Your ride's here. Time to go to Massachusetts." I knew it. Wasn't getting out. I was hoping it was 2 more days. If Massachusetts didn't come and get me, I was a free man.
Yeah, and they wait right up to the last minute to come get you too, boy. Get them
Yep.
hopes up.
But I knew it. I knew it. And so I go down there, and then they hold me down there for about 4 months. I go to court. They let me out because it's overcrowded, understaffed. Telling me I got to report Malagna. I don't know if you know what that means.
No.
Yeah, once a month by mail.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yep. Yeah.
And I was on probation for 4 years.
Hmm.
So I had to report once a month by mail for 4 years. And went back, right back to doing drugs. I'm just quitting cocaine, that's all. I'm just quitting cocaine. And I don't have a problem with the other drugs. I can still drink. I don't have a problem with the other drugs. They're like, "No, that's not what you're here for. You're here to quit everything." And as soon as I go out, I start doing the cocaine again. Start smoking crack, start snorting heroin again. Start doing the drinking. Didn't care. I got into depression because nobody wanted me around. So I tried committing suicide. Popped I don't know how many pills. Went into woohoo stage. Talking to a friend on the phone. They're like, "Where are you?" "In a house." "Well, we know that." And they live 2 towns over. But they didn't know my address. And they're like, "Well, what's your address?" "New Hampshire." "All right, smart ass. Where's your address?" And somewhere in my loop-de-loop, I wound up telling them. And my friend got his girlfriend to continue talking to me. And he ran a mile home while his girlfriend was talking to me, called 911. Next thing you know, I got fire department and everything in my driveway.
Yeah.
I get taken to the hospital. get put in 5-point restraints, getting shots in my butt. No fun.
Yeah.
They were helping me out a little bit. I started calming down. Then they were giving me the fun drugs, Ativan, all that fun stuff. And so I was having fun with that stuff. And they had like a stage where you can earn your freedom to go outside and smoke cigarettes back then. So I earned my freedom, and I'd make phone calls and have people bring me other drugs.
Yeah.
So I didn't learn my lesson.
No.
It took a long time. I went right back to the beach. It was high. I slowed down on the drugs for a little while when I met my first wife. When I first got out of jail, and she was a little bit of a party animal too, you know. Did some coke with her, smoked some crack with her, and this and that. Then she stopped doing it. I was still doing it with my friends. Then she became the vicious one. I was up in an apartment, vacant apartment, smoking. You want to talk about a lion, dude, or better yet, a bear, dude, a vicious, big grizzly bear. She was kicking down that door, saying, "I know he's in there smoking. I'm coming up there. I'm gonna kick his ass." Oh, dude.
Yeah, where's the back door in this place? I gotta go.
Dude, there was no way. There was no way out for me, man.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I she put up with a lot, and she actually got me to quit. I don't know how. I stopped and went to just smoking pot, but I was still drinking very heavily and doing speed, the Black Beauties and Yellow Jackets and all that happy stuff. And I was still snorting cocaine, but it was the crack that I had the problem with.
Yeah.
But I wasn't chasing that dragon, and she was happy about that, you know. And so I kind of had her fooled, so I thought.
Right.
And years went by, and all of a sudden we had a baby, and she's in the shower, and I'm out on the back porch, and I went back to smoking the rock.
Hmm.
She catches me.
Shit.
I'm done. She comes out, hits the pipe right out of my hand. Says, "I'm leaving with the baby, going to your sister's." I don't know what hit me, but something hit me hard. I took that pipe. I gave it the best throw I could ever could in my life. And dude, I didn't touch rock for about 10, 11 years
Yeah.
after that.
Shit.
I
Nice.
just threw it in the woods and said, nope, no more. But I was still a heavy alcoholic. And I was a happy drunk for a while, and I still smoked my weed,
Yep.
still popping pills once in a while, still snorting the cocaine here and there.
But you ain't smoking it. So,
Yeah, I mean, smoking it and snorting it is two different highs.
oh, yeah, for
I'm
sure.
not gonna lie about that. For
Nope.
sure, it definitely is. It, I mean, a drug is a drug,
Right.
and they're all evil. That's
Yep.
for sure. They're all gonna ruin your life. No doubt about it. They ruined mine hard.
Yep.
One night when I was driving drunk, even my ex-wife doesn't know this, and nobody knows this until today. I had my baby daughter in the back seat. I was drunker than a fucking skunk. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm getting rid of my demons.
Yep.
I could have killed her.
Yep.
I could have killed myself. Almost drove into a river. I don't know what woke me up, but I wound up coming out of it. But even my ex-wife don't know it to this day that I did that, but I know it, and I feel glad getting it off my chest.
Yep.
There's a lot of bad things that I've done. I was an evil man drinking. Very evil. I treated my ex-wife like total crap when I was really heavy drinking. Said a lot of bad things. Did a lot of bad things. Totaled a brand new car right into a telephone pole head on. That was my car. Fell asleep at the wheel. And if there was anybody else in the car, they would have been dead. When I did that, I was 3.34 alcohol limit. And I was a tow truck driver at that time.
Shit.
So I should have known better.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know how many drunk accidents I've towed. And fatalities as well.
Yep.
And I could have been one of those fatalities.
Yep. Sure.
I've been in and out of the psych ward because of my drinking and drugging. I've been to, I don't know how many rehabs over the years. I mean, I'm 53 years old now. My ex-wife and I, we separated. About 15 years ago. Because of my drinking and drugging. And I wasn't faithful.
Yep.
And not being faithful, I met the mother of my youngest son. During that time, I was bouncing in between my son's mother and my daughter's mother. My son wasn't born yet, though. He wasn't
Right.
twinkling an eye yet. But yeah, I was bad. I was into the drinking very heavily. I have 2 older kids right now that want nothing to do with me. They're growing up. They want nothing to do with me because of my drinking and drugging, and it that hurts a lot.
Yep.
So, anyways, I got with this other woman. Wound up having a baby with her, and she has a daughter as well, which I love very dearly. I helped raise her daughter. Now her daughter, which is the same age as my daughter,
Nice.
wants nothing to do with me as well,
Hmm.
which hurts. My son is 10 years old. Like I said, I was about 10 years maybe clean from the cocaine. I was still smoking pot and popping pills and doing this and that over the years,
Mm-hmm.
and drinking. I stopped drinking. Don't exactly remember when, but it was for about 4 years, maybe 5, due to they started me on naltrexone. That didn't work too well, so they put me on the Vivitrol shot, which worked. One day I was coming home from Massachusetts and I got caught with some drugs in my car. And when I'm going to jail and got out, we fought about that for a little bit. She let it slide. About, I'd say, a little over 3 years ago, a friend of mine that was homeless, she inherited quite a bit of money.
No.
And she became homeless. And I feel like a piece of junk for this. I really do. She gave me a bunch of money to hold on to. And I ran into the wrong crowd. And I said, "Oh, I can take a hit or two. It's been forever since I've done it. I'll be okay."
Shit.
Off I went like a hurricane.
Yep.
So for the past 3.5 or so years, I've been smoking the devil.
I was gonna say probably worse than when you were before. It seems like every time you quit and you start again and start again and quit, and it's like it gets worse every time, man. At least that's how it was for me. It was like shit.
I can't even get into how bad it was.
Right. Right.
I started getting in with the wrong people. I mean, I was giving them rides down to Boston. I was having my son's mother yell at me, "Where the hell are you? I need the car. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?" She didn't know. I was doing it behind her back at first. She didn't realize why I was losing weight, why I was saying I wasn't hungry,
Right.
why I'm staying up all night. And it was next thing you know, I ran into some wrong people. They're like, "You want to make some money?" I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "All right." So they didn't tell me that I was actually going to go to Utah.
Oh boy.
I didn't think I was going that far. And these people were really connected. These were big time people. People that you don't want to mess with.
Mm-hmm.
People that will hurt your family. Or that I was going to a different state. So I did. They promised me I would be back in time for my kid's birthday.
Hmm.
Next thing you know, I find out I'm going out to Utah. After I'm flying out of JFK in New York. They have about 7 IDs, social security cards, with my and the IDs, my picture, all different names. And then guess what else they have?
Lots of drugs. Oh
Bank
shit.
account numbers, routing numbers,
Boy.
everything for credit unions. So I'm going to get them some money.
Yeah.
Cha-ching. But first, we got to get a rental vehicle. What do we get? Beautiful, beautiful car. A nice GMC Suburban. Brand new. Next thing you know, we're hitting up credit unions. Getting up $8,000 out of whack.
Shit.
Because at credit unions, you can get money from another credit union just by forwarding your money, as long as you know your account number and stuff like that. So next thing you know, I'm in this one bank and credit union, I should say. Next thing you know, I look behind me and here comes the boys.
Hmm.
And what do I see pulling out of the parking lot? The Suburban that's rented in my name.
Oh boy.
Wonderful. On the same day I arrived in Utah. Only like 2 hours after I arrived there. So I knew it was a setup. I put 2 and 2 together. They wanted their money. When they were done with me, bye-bye.
Yep.
So off to jail I go in Utah. And I told cops flat out while I was there, I said, I'm not going down for that Yukon. That's Suburban. No way. I said, it just took off. It's rented underneath my name, but no way. So, and I says, I know all of your body cameras cannot be malfunctioning. One maybe, but not all of
Right.
them.
Yeah.
So, luckily, I didn't go down to the vehicle, but I went down to fraud and everything, and
Right.
missed my kid's birthday, and I was actually having contact with my daughter at the time, which I had just gotten contact back with her because she was pretty much writing me off because of my drinking, but I wasn't drinking no more, so she was starting to contact me again because she saw I was doing good with my son.
Right.
So they were trying to get in contact with me, but nobody could reach me because everybody thought I was in a different state.
Hmm.
So they put a missing persons report out on me. So now I get a missing persons report out on me throughout the whole United States. I get let out of jail a couple weeks later on the terms that I stay in Utah until my hearing.
Boy.
So I stay at a homeless shelter in Utah. And next thing you know, the day after I got out of jail, Salt Lake City detective shows up. And they call me over the intercom at the homeless shelter to come downstairs. And I see the detective. I'm coming back. I just got out. He says, "Oh no, you ain't going." He says, "Are you here under duress?" I said, "Oh yeah, I'm under duress of the courts." I said, "This ain't I gonna stay in this area until my hearing." So I go to adult probation and parole and everything. They let me go back to Maine to get up on my medications and my life back in order. So I come back to Maine, start doing drugs again. So yeah, I get all drugged up and everything. Now I'm on disability, so I've fixed income. Blow all my money, so I can't fly back out to Utah for court. So I'm like, oh great, what am I gonna do? They're gonna come get me. And I'm facing 10 years.
Shit.
Great, wonderful. What do I do? Aha. Put myself in the psych ward. They can't touch me. So that's what I do. So I did that. And while I was in there, I says, okay, time to smarten up. Get off the drug. So I'm in there for a couple weeks. Do video court. They put me on probation. Unsupervised probation. Get this. Talk about having a horseshoe up your butt.
Yeah, I gotta say.
Unsupervised probation. Can't get nothing more than a minor traffic violation, or he stressed the fact, we will come and get you. So now I'm on probation. I get out of the psych ward. Go right back to doing drugs and drinking. Don't care. And I was in and out of the psych ward for the past 2 years, like crazy. I didn't care. 2 Christmases ago, right before Christmas, I OD'd on pills, trying to kill myself because I was sick and tired of getting high.
Yep. I know the feeling, brother.
I had no contact with my son. I had no contact with any of my kids. My girlfriend hated me. She didn't want me back home. I had to start from scratch with my clothes, everything. Everything I owned got thrown away. I was living on the streets. I had nothing. No friends. Nobody wanted me. And my overdose on the pills didn't work. I wound up worshiping the porcelain god and puking them all out. I was like, damn it, I can't even die right.
Yeah. Right.
So I went back into the psych ward. Bitch said I can't kill myself, right? Went back, got back out, started doing the drugs again. And didn't know what to do. And I don't know. I don't know. Something just clicked into my head where my son contacted me and said hi, Dad. And then he didn't contact me, and I was still out there getting high and everything. And then I finally said, you know what? What fun is it getting high anymore?
Right.
I'm broke all the time. No, I was too skinny. Nobody wanted me around. Had piss poor attitude. I just didn't care about myself. All my meds, I threw them away. I was self-medicating, so I didn't care.
Yep.
And even the psych wards wouldn't take me no more. They're like, you just keep coming in here because you're on drugs.
Right.
And when you can't get drugs, you get too depressed, so you come in here. We can't help you. So I thought about it. One night I'm just thinking to myself, what am I gonna do? I don't honestly I don't have an answer for anybody. You know, it's just that something just told me that enough was enough. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yep.
And I started calling places. I called up one rehab that I was in last year, and they said, no, we can't take you back because I screwed up there last year. And I found this place that I'm part of right now. And I did a complete turnaround.
Nice.
Complete, real quick.
Nice.
Quicker than I ever thought.
Yeah, funny how that shit works. Like when you're ready, like you know, right?
I mean, it hit me like dynamite, dude.
Yeah.
I called them. They says, can you pay so much a month for rent in the house? I says, yeah. I says, I won't be able to do it till next month though, and they says, well, what if we can get you to stay for free for the first month? Would you come? I says, yes, please.
Nice. Nice.
I says, because I don't have an option now. I says, my choice is to get help now or to die.
Yep.
Because I'm about to die.
Yep.
And because I knew death was my only choice left. Because I had nothing. And they says, all right, we'll get back to you tomorrow as soon as we talk to the rest of the clinicians. But I think I can get you in here for nothing.
Nice.
So next thing you know, their phone lines go down. So I'm panicking.
All right.
What do you do when you panic?
Yeah, exactly.
Get high.
Yep.
So I went out and got a bunch of that. How to get
Shit.
higher than a motherfucker. And
Shit.
then when it's all gone, I'm freaking out. So I'm blowing up their website at like 2:00 in the morning. I'm blowing up their website because they have the website where you can print your name and
Oh, yeah.
phone number and everything. It
Yep.
goes right through them.
Yep.
Next thing you know, I get a text on my phone at 4:00 in the morning. Is this an emergency? I was like, yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
I says, I need to get in now to the rehab. I went in that day. And when I went in, I brought just a bag of clothes that I had with me. And of course, the people that have to go through your things, they're going through my stuff. They're pulling out baggies and scales and a pipe. And they're like, wow.
Came prepared, huh?
I'm like, sorry, man. And so they knew what my poison was.
Yep.
And I says, I'm going to piss dirty. They're like, that's to be expected. They're like, when was your last use? I says, last night. And I'm in a place that's on my own stomping grounds. I mean, I can get anything I want,
Right.
like within 2 minutes away. But I wanted that
Right.
because I wanted the challenge. Because if you can quit in your own stomping grounds, you can quit anywhere.
Yeah. Right on.
Because they are, because it is everywhere. It's everywhere.
Especially when you know where it's at and who's got it. That's like that's the worst part.
And when I first started to quit, I would walk by places and I would look down the street and say, oh, that's a dealer's house. Oh, that's a dealer's house. Oh, that's a dealer's house. Or I'd have my head down looking on the ground, looking to see if there's a baggie or something like that. But now, I don't care.
All right. Nice.
My focus is straight ahead. Every day I get up, I thank myself for another day that I'm clean.
Yep.
I'm talking to my son now.
Nice.
I was able to go out with my son. A couple weeks ago, I went out with him after not seeing him for 2 years.
Nice.
And we went to the arcade. I bought him a game card. We went to the movies. We had something to eat. I spent almost $400 on my kid,
Yeah, right.
and and for somebody that's on disability, $400 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'd rather spend $400 on my son instead of $400 on drugs.
All day long. Yes, sir. Yep. Good man.
100%, dude.
Yeah.
100%. I just felt so much better, and we've had people come into the place that I'm at right now that have nothing,
Right.
and I've given them $10 here, $20 here for food, for whatever they need,
Yep.
for even a vape,
Yep.
just something to make them happy. And I get so much pride out of that
Yep.
because I'm helping them.
Yeah. You get the blessing.
I've always enjoyed helping people, and like I said, I don't know what hit me, but something hit me hard when I went into this place,
Yep.
and I was so determined to never, ever, ever, ever want to use again, and wanting to help people. And I've been looking into being like peer support, help people fight their demons to stay away from the drugs and the drinking. And I've had, just on the Facebook post that I put up, I've had so many blessings from people. It like lifts me up big time. I've lifted people up by my post. They've
Yep.
lifted me up by their comments.
Yep. Yep.
Um, you've lifted me up as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Chuck.
Like I told you earlier, I had people from different countries hit me up saying, "How'd you do it?" And it you really can't say how you do it. It's just a matter of everybody has to fight their own demons. It's hard. It's a matter of willpower, wanting to do it. You have to want to do it. That's for sure, 100%.
All day. All day.
You have to have a support system.
Yep.
I'm not necessarily saying you have to do NA or AA, because that is not for everybody. It helps. It helps big time for a lot of people. It does. I'll definitely give it credit for a lot of people. But the main thing is the right support system and the will to do it.
Yep.
You can't say, "Oh, I'm doing it for my sister," or "I'm doing it for my brother," or "I'm doing it for this." I'm doing it. You can't do it for that. You can't do it for this.
You be right back out there using it again, man. You got to do it for you. That's right. Right on.
100%.
Amen to that.
That's one of the things that kept leading me back to doing it. Is I kept on saying, "Oh, I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to do it for you." No. Do it for me.
Right.
You first, and because if I do it for me, that makes me a better person, so I can help you.
Yep.
Can't help others if you can't help yourself.
Yep.
100%.
For sure.
But yeah, I've been 3 months clean now, so
Nice. Congratulations on that 3 months, man. Congratulations on that, Chuck.
I feel awesome. I do. I really do. I mean,
Nice.
I when I went in to this sober living place, let's see, I put on 42 pounds since I've been.
that's about what I did. Yeah, I went up from 180 to I'm like fucking 222 now. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Oh, my back hurts carrying my fat ass around now. I'm not used to this.
my face was all sunk in, and
yeah.
it was bad.
Yeah.
Everybody in the house thought because it was when I went in, it was 2 weeks before my payday. Everybody thought I was going to boot. Everybody thought I was going to boot as soon as my paycheck hit my account. No way. I
Good
didn't
deal.
do it.
Good deal.
I go out. There's a nice quiet porch. I go out there every morning, have my coffee, and like I say, I just thank my goodness gracious that I didn't another day where I didn't use, didn't drink.
Yep.
Um,
Oh yeah.
there's a NA meeting that I go to every Tuesday. I never in my life up until a few months ago went to meetings because I have a lot of anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually surprised that I talked to you about this.
Probably another reason we've got all these technical difficulties, man.
Yeah.
Something's trying to stop the story from getting out there, Chuck. What are we looking like, Chuck?
Hey,
Oh, you there?
yes, sir.
Okay, shit. Okay, I hit that. All right. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think all these technical difficulties, man. Somebody doesn't want that story getting out there.
Right.
But I'm a cut and edit, and I'll do my best, man. Get the shit. We'll get it out there. Fuck it, one way or the other. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
But yeah, this NA meeting, I've always had anxiety really bad, and when I first went to this NA meeting, I felt like my heart was gonna pop out of my chest. I did, but then I mellowed out a little bit because it's a fairly small meeting, not too big, you know. And they made me feel like I was at home,
Right.
you know. I felt really comfortable. So, and now on the nice days, this is what I like. On the nice days, we go outside. We all are meeting outside,
Nice.
which is really nice. When I first got there, you couldn't get me to say boo. I was so locked up,
Yep.
quiet, angry. Um, didn't want to show feelings, emotions. It took a lot for me to open up, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and for me to take accountability and but yeah, I learned that you had to let things go. You had to open up. Otherwise, you ain't gonna heal.
Yep.
And it took the clinicians raising their voice, but at first I thought they were doing it to be mean,
Yep.
you know. But in all actuality, they weren't doing it to be mean.
Right.
They were doing it out of care and concern, you know.
Yep.
But it got me to open up, you know. And I realized that after the fact. You
Right.
know, when they first did it, I was like, oh, I want to tell them to go F off, or they're lucky I didn't punch them. What do you think they're yelling at me? You know, but in all actuality, they were there trying to help me out, and now I thank them for it.
Right.
The oh, what do you call the lady that runs the place? She actually messaged me, when was it? Thursday, and checked up on me,
Nice.
and she didn't have to do that.
Right.
She just said, I was like, her name showed up on my phone, and I was like, why is she texting me? And I was like, wow. And it made me feel good,
Yep.
because I lost so many people from doing the drugs and drinking
Yep.
that I didn't have anybody to have care and concern for me.
Right.
And now I have people that have care and concern for me. And it feels weird.
Yeah, it's some weird shit. You don't know. Yeah, you're not used to it, man. It's like,
But it feels good,
yeah, yep,
and to say that druggies are some of the people with the biggest hearts,
yeah, for sure.
and you don't look at them as druggies anymore.
Right. Yep.
You look at them as normal human beings that made mistakes.
Yep.
Because and nobody's perfect. Everybody's got some type of demon. Don't even have to be drugs.
Yep. Yeah, you're right.
Everybody's got demons. Nobody's perfect.
Nope.
So the people that don't understand alcoholics or addicts, give them a chance, because we're just human beings too. I mean, a lot of people just they don't want to take the time to learn and understand that a lot of the addicts and alcoholics, they've done this stuff to hide pain and misery from past trauma, child abuse, neglect.
Yeah, they're just trying to deal with the bullshit somehow, any way they know how.
Yeah, some of them, unfortunately, they get addicted from pain pills or whatnot and stuff. Unfortunately, but others just start out small with the marijuana and everything, and it feels good, and it's making them feel good because they get beat as a child and whatnot, and then they get into the harder drugs. It makes them feel even that much better and everything, and they got caught up that way. It's like I did and stuff.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has their ghost stories, but yeah, I mean, I tried to get my son's mother to understand, and she didn't want to. But now she wants to understand it, which I'm thankful for.
Right.
You do hurt a lot of people when you're in addiction. You do.
Yep, for sure.
But and you can't take back the past. A lot of people say, "What if? What if? What if? What if?" There is no more what ifs.
All right.
You can't live in the past. You can't take back the past. Leave it there.
Yep.
And for the addicts out there that relapse, you know what? I've done it 500,000 times. Get the hell back up and try it again.
Right on. definitely.
You can quit. It's just a matter of having the right support, the right people, and the willpower to do it.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep. You
if I
gotta
can
want to
do it,
do it.
if I can do it after 40 some odd years of going on and off with drugs and having this positive of an attitude, come on,
Yeah. Right. Yep.
come on, people.
Yeah. Get your shit together, man. Be like us.
I'm willing to help people. I'm willing to talk with people. Let's drink some lemonade. Let's chill out, talk about it, and figure out the good path. You know,
Yep.
there's always a better way.
Looking at two examples of living proof right here, Chuck. I'll tell you
Oh,
what,
100%.
man.
I actually have a shirt that says "Living Proof" too.
Yeah, that's sort of, and that's where I got the name from. I got the shirt that said, "What is it? From 100 proof to living proof."
Yeah,
And it's got the shape of like the Jack Daniels emblem or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
Yeah. I got the same shit, man. I saw that. I was like, all right, podcast is gonna be living proof. And
yeah. One of my friends thought it was a drinking shirt when I showed up at a meeting. He's like, and then he saw that it was a
yeah,
sobriety shirt, and he was like, "Wow, that's cool." So
that's good
but
stuff,
yeah,
buddy. Good stuff. Well, yeah. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up, man. And is there anything that you want to say to
I
anybody out there?
I think that if there's anybody out there that is out there trying to quit and to get clean, don't try, do it. There ain't no
There we
try.
go.
You just do it. Just like the Nike commercial. Do it.
Yeah, just
You
do
know?
it.
Just do it. And I mean, get to a meeting, talk to the right people. There's places out there that will help you. I mean, there's even places that'll pay for you to travel to get to. Like the place that I'm in, it's all over the East Coast. And they'll help you.
Yep. All you got to do is ask, man.
Yeah,
You
you
got
know,
to.
I mean, there's rehabs that you need insurance for, and then there's ones that you don't even need insurance for. You can go to your town halls and your city halls and get government assistance. There's grants. There's all sorts of ways that you can get help for rehabilitation to get off the drugs. So, I mean, if you want to do it, you can do it. There is help out there.
That's right. That's
There is
right.
help out there. I mean, and I've made posts on Facebook. He's made posts on Facebook. Larry has. So, I mean, if you want to chat, I mean, you can even hit me up on Facebook. I don't care. I'll try to talk to you the best I can. I'm willing to help anybody out.
Yep.
So,
And that goes for both of us, man. That's what we're here for. That's what this podcast is all about. We want to help people instead of tearing people down, and just try and help somebody out. That's what we're here for.
I mean that 100%. Somebody wants to hit me up. I don't care.
Right on. That goes for both of us. Chuck, I appreciate your story, man. I really appreciate the time that you took out of your day to share this. We had some technical difficulties. I'll try and cut all that in and out and make us something smooth here. But I just want you to know, man, I really appreciate you, man, and you,
Dude,
you keep going.
I'm glad you hit me up on one of those posts, and yeah, definitely.
Yeah, right on. And the same thing goes for them as it goes for you, man. You ever have a problem or whatever, you want to reach out, you've got my messenger. You reach out to me anytime, brother. And
Yeah, I got you
yeah,
too
man.
now. So
Yeah, I'll help you. You help me, and we'll just spread our stories and try and help everybody out best we can.
100%. Once you have this all together, send it to me.
Yeah, I will, bro. Yep. I'm getting ready to work on it right now. I'm going to take a little break, and then I'll work on it, and I'll let you know as soon as I got it, brother.
Awesome, brother. Thank you.
All right, man. I appreciate it. And with that, we have the second episode of the Living Proof Podcast with Larry C. Until next time, take care.
We are no longer running. Instead, we stand on the truth. Welcome to the podcast. We are the living proof.